What's up, fellas? My name's Jace. I'm an online fitness coach. I also do mindset coaching and spiritual work as well. And given that this is the first YouTube video, I feel that it was right to start out with why you should go on the journey of self-improvement. You always hear a lot of people discuss or talk about YOLO. You only live once, right? You only live once, so why not do this? Why not do that? Well, why not self-improve and see how far you can go as a human being and how capable you are? So let's start out with the physical benefits. Physical benefits are pretty obvious. You have a better physique, stronger muscles, you have more energy, stamina, focus, less risk of disease, injury, and other sort of problems as well, which I will discuss here in a moment. And your confidence, guys. When you have a good physique, you walk around with so much confidence because people just look at you and they're like, damn, that guy put in a ton of work to get to where he's at and look the way he does. And people respect that. People really do respect that. So now, what are the alternatives to not having a good physique and not going down this road of self-improvement and trying to get that desired look that you're trying to have? Is obviously you're going to be fat. You're going to be fat, you're going to be skinny, okay? And that comes with weakness and fatigue. Whether you're fat or skinny, you're not going to be strong. If you don't work out those muscles, how do you ever expect to have that endurance, that muscle endurance, especially looking farther down the line, not even as a young adult, but when you're 50, 60, 75 years old, you're gonna feel it. Trust me, you're going to feel it. You every day see people having to walk with a cane or dragging their ass, or so many people in those little shopping carts and driving around bumping into aisles and shit. It's hilarious, but they put themselves in that situation, so I don't really feel bad for them. You have low energy. You don't feel like doing shit. That's why everyone stays inside and binge watches TV and movies and things like that. They don't have the energy to go out and do stuff, to go out and have fun. And a big reason to that is because they can't. They seriously just can't go out and go hiking or go canoeing or kayaking, just some outdoor adventures. And that's really, to me, adventure is human existence. And you have a shorter lifespan. I'm telling you, you seriously do, because when you're obese or super skinny, never took care of your health all these years, you probably didn't eat the right things. And when you don't eat the right things, that leads to later down the road having to schedule doctor's appointments to get looked at because your heart's beating abnormally, or you feel heaviness in your chest, or something's off, And at the end of the day, those doctor bills and whatever you're paying them, you could have paid half the price for a gym membership, buying groceries, the right cooking supplies. Oh my gosh, game changer. And obviously, diabetes, like I said, heart health, and quality of life. It's that simple. It's that simple. Now, on to the mentality aspect of this. This is where the self-improvement journey actually begins, is with that mindset switch. So, first of all, you're gonna start to see discipline kick in. No more motivation. Obviously, you start out with motivation. I mean, you either watch stuff on social media or you have people you look up to in real life. For me, it was always my dad. My dad's always been in shape. He's always been built, scary looking, so everyone was afraid of him, but sometimes me, not anymore. Don't tell him I said that. But anyways, you start out with motivation and then you build that discipline. It starts to become a habit. And that's when you start to prove to yourself that you can be consistent at something, that you can do something you not necessarily like all the time, but you stay with it, you stick with it, and that's where you see the actual progress and growth in life. is when you don't want to do something, you do it anyway because you know it's good for you. Next is stress relief and emotional stability. Now, this is a big problem people struggle with nowadays, especially emotionally, is everyone quit thinking logically and they start thinking emotionally. Okay, I don't feel like doing this. I don't want to do this because I don't like how I feel about doing this. That's the whole problem. Think logically. Okay, logically, if I put X input in, then I get Y output. And over time, that's gonna compound off of each other, and eventually you're gonna get to where you wanna be, no matter where you are in life, no matter what it is in life. So what is the alternative to not building your mindset the way you should have? Number one is the regret of not taking action. I personally have struggled with procrastination for pretty much a year now. And every single day I wake up and I think of, okay, did I take any actions to go build my business or build my physique or that dream life that everybody wants but nobody wants to work for? And the reality of it is that I didn't. I didn't do it. And that kills me. It haunts me every single day. It seriously does, because you can't get a day back. You can only move forward. Time only moves forward. There's a freaking fly next to my ear and it's gonna piss me off. Next, you're stuck in cycles of laziness and no motivation. Same thing that goes with procrastination is you'd rather watch movies or scroll on Reels or TikTok instead of actually journaling, reading your Bible, reading a chapter of a book, going to the gym and working out. And last, anxiety, depression, and stress. When I feel my best and I'm not depressed is when I know I did everything that day that I should have. I did everything that I needed to go where I'm going, and that brings me joy. It brings me a dopamine hit of you can finally take a break throughout the day. Now, point number 4 is your lifestyle. Now, you have opportunities to meet other self-respected people. If you don't go on this self-improvement journey, you stay in one spot your entire life and you don't progress at all. Now, other people who are in this self-improvement journey, they find other people who are in it as well. Or if they start out alone, they eventually, over time, find other people like that, because going to the gym, a guy comes up, yo, let me hop in with you. Can I hop in that set with you? Then you meet people, then you start communicating, and sooner or later you become friends. You know what I mean? So it just brings you that opportunity to meet a lot of other people who have the same sort of mindset goals, the same goals as you, and you can relate a lot better. But when you're not on that self-improvement journey, you're gonna stay with those people who are like-minded, who are also watching TV all the time, not going to the gym, eating out 24/7. I mean, it's pretty simple. Next, you have higher quality of relationships. If you don't take those chances to create the best version of yourself, you're not going to find an equal partner who is the same like-minded. That's why you see fat people with fat people, super skinny people with super skinny people, and fit people with fit people. I'm not saying that you can't be working. I mean, everybody's on that journey. Everyone has to start somewhere. I understand that. But I'm telling you, over time, if you put in consistent effort, you will find someone who matches your lifestyle, and it will be so much better. And it adds life to your years, not just years to your life. Now, like I said earlier in the beginning of the video, how if you're on this physical improvement journey and you're doing the things you should be, lifting weights, going for runs, however you like to exercise and work out to get in shape, that does add years to your life, because you don't deal with a lot of significant health problems that people who don't take care of themselves do. But also is adventure, man. Adventure. Who doesn't like to go on adventures and explore things? Like, for example, I, this past year, went to Yellowstone. We went on a ton of really, really cool hikes. And I guarantee you, a lot of individuals who went to Yellowstone were not able to see the certain things that I saw because they physically were unable to do it. And last, it translates to your career, your relationship, and everything, because when you can stay consistent doing something that you don't necessarily want to do all the time, then that sets the tone. It sets the tone for everything in life. I mean, going to work. Right now, I do pest control. Do I want to spray for bugs every day and walk around people's houses 4 times? No, I don't want to do that, but I do it anyway because I know I have to. And when you're in a relationship, you guys get into a big argument. Instead of going out and cheating because you haven't built that consistent discipline of doing stuff you don't want to do, so you don't want to have that hard talk with your partner, you'd rather just go find someone else who'd be a little one night stand for you. And now look at yourself, you're in a worse position than you started out. Whereas if you knew the discipline of doing the hard things, you would go through that talk with your partner and you would figure things out and understand, okay, this is why this person is feeling this way, this is why I'm feeling this way, how can we come together? The alternative to that is you're overlooked in a lot of leadership roles, in relationships, in jobs. You have lower quality environment. You have to be dependent on medicine and spending money on medicine. I mean, it all comes together. The mentality, the physical traits, and the lifestyle. It all comes together in one big cycle. Self-improvement is the way to life, man. I'm telling you. If you don't want to go down this journey, then stay on that freaking couch. Don't complain about being depressed, not having a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and you can't complain if you're not doing anything about it. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And the last point I want to touch out is spirituality. I don't know if you're a spiritual person or not, but personally, I believe in Jesus Christ and God, and I'm going to honor the body He made for me. He gave me this body to have this human experience on earth. You are a spiritual being having a human experience on earth. You will go somewhere, heaven or hell, after you die. You still stay yourself because your spirit is still alive, but your body, your bag of flesh, is dead. So what are you going to do to take care of that bag of flesh while you're here on earth? How are you going to honor God in the privilege He gave you to have that human experience? And you grow so much closer back to the point of discipline. Discipline, man. You start to overcome lust a lot more. You stop lying. Maybe you even stop cursing, or whatever you may be struggling with that you want to overcome. It all ties in together. If you don't go down this self-improvement journey spiritually as well, you start to allow addiction to take control of your life, you're slave to comfort, and you're not living with purpose. I think those points are good enough said like that. Don't really need to explain more. You guys understand it. So, with this being said, go down that self-improvement journey. Don't ever look back and keep moving forward. Yes, you're going to have setbacks. Some days you are going to fall back to your old habits. But guess what? The book Atomic Habits by James Clear says, if you miss one day, never miss 2. If you miss 2, then it's so much harder to get back into everything. But I'm telling you, you're going to have setbacks. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. That's why America is struggling with such an obese problem nowadays, and Christianity is getting attacked so hard, is because no one has the discipline or the mindset and confidence to say, hey, this is what I believe in, this is what I'm doing. I don't care if you believe in it or not, but I'm going to, because I want the fullest out of life, and if you don't, get out of my inner circle. It's that easy. Well, anyways, guys, just enjoying the nice, kind of peaceful evening here, besides flies in mosquitoes flying all around me from this pond, but hey, enjoy life, man. Go down this self-improvement journey and don't look back.